So I bought a new wheelchair. Here it is. That went so much better in my head. But anyway, here is my new wheelchair and I love it so, so much. And I shared it on my socials and people have been asking for a wheelchair tour. Firstly, didn't even know a wheelchair tour was a thing, but I guess this is the wheelchair tour that you've been asking for. So first, I'm gonna hop back into, I'm out of breath, I just transferred, guys. I'm gonna hop back into that chair and my old chair and tell you what wasn't quite working for me and why this chair is so much better. I'm back in my old chair, but I'm actually still gonna keep this because it's still a good chair, you know? It's only been 2.5 years, about 2.5 years, which isn't old for a wheelchair. I wasn't actually gonna buy a new wheelchair, and then I went round Nadex and I saw my new wheelchair that they just brought out, RGK, and I was like, I really love that, like the color and everything. It was what I wanted. A lot of people were surprised because like the purple is so me, but I wanted something that was a bit more like sleek. I don't know how to describe it, just not purple. But I still have the purple and I love it. But here's why this chair wasn't working for me. Firstly, it's way too big. I slide here, there and everywhere. And I'm having to constantly readjust myself just because I've like, yeah, I can fit like a whole fist down here, if not more. Number two is this backrest is so uncomfortable. Like if you're ever choosing to go with an RGK wheelchair, I advise you not to get these push handle things. They're great, but it just means the backrest has this like strap. Anyone that has this chair is gonna know. It's a Octane sub 4 RGK. Might have said that wrong, but it was something like that. But this, it's got this like strap in my back and it's where I can still feel it. And it's really uncomfortable. You can just see how much more comfortable this backrest is compared to this one. It's like, this is like solid, like, well, it's not solid, but it's like, it's got a strap through it. But this one, way better, so much more padding. It does the job. Like, I mean, I don't have the wheelchair for comfort, I have the wheelchair for getting around. So I can still get on my sofa if I'm uncomfortable at the end of the day. But yeah, when it came to getting a second wheelchair, there was no way I was gonna go for this type of backrest ever again. And I also wanted one that was a lot lower because this supports me too much. I wanted to be able to like reach around and grab things. I chose not to go with the like mud guards that go over the wheels. A lot of my friends, especially my friends in America, don't have these. And when I've tried their chairs, I just prefer it. Like stuff always gets caught in here. I do think I'm not gonna be able to use my new wheelchair if it's like raining loads and then it's really muddy outside. But that's why I have two, right? So this can be my muddy chair. I'm in my new chair. Okay, here's what I changed. Lowered backrest. I was kind of scared about this because it is a lot lower and I have had a few near misses, but I haven't tipped out yet. Fingers crossed that never happens. And here's another hack. I asked them to put the zip higher and put the logo under the zip because I had made the backrest a lot lower. I was like, my zip pocket's gonna be so small. And they were able to flip where the zip was in terms of like where the logo is. Let me show you the old one. So you can see on this one that the logo is above the zip, whereas on my new one, the logo is below the zip. Now these are the push handles for this wheelchair and they screw in and out, which is so much better because I don't always need help with people pushing me, like rarely. To be honest, if I do, usually they just push my back and I just try and stay as still as possible. Next up, I went for a completely different push rim I've got two other sets of wheels and push rims. The one that's on my old chair, and then I also have an extra spare set of wheels. But these ones are very different. I always find I really like the ones that have the rubber, which is like the ones on my other chair. But if I'm going downhill, it just burns your fingers. I have so many scars on my thumbs from where like the skin has burnt off my hands from going down hills and stuff. And Lee, who helped fit me my chair, just told me to try some of these, and I like them. I do think it's a little bit harder to grip and get like momentum going up a hill, but it is saving my thumbs going downhill. Though that being said, I haven't been able to take this chair out that much yet, just because I don't have a basket underneath yet. And I didn't want to take it off my old chair because it is a slight faff to get on and off. So I'm going to buy a new one. It's just Adaptify, where that's from. They're currently on pre-order, so I've got to wait until I guess they come in stock, which I hope will be soon because I have plans for this chair. So at the moment, I just got to go around with my Gucci bag on my lap. I also changed the foot plate, and I chose to not go with the sub 4 foot plate, and I chose to go like a standard size foot plate just so that my feet have more room and they're not falling off the foot plate. And it doesn't add that much more weight. It's still carbon fiber, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. No, there's one other really cool thing is where the front wheel attaches, which is like this little wheel that helps bring the caster wheels off the floor so that if like you're out on like uneven terrain, you can get about a lot easier and it won't throw you backwards or forwards. They were able to, instead of like putting the standard attachment that can be removed, which I've never removed off my chair, they were able to weld the attachment so that it fits seamlessly into the design of the chair, which I think should be a standard. Everyone needs to ask for this because it looks so much better. And I also went with the same style brakes that are on my other chair. I've spoken to a few people who have used these brakes before and they don't like them, but I really like them. I think I don't really know what they're called, but I think they might be called like scissor brakes or something. I don't know. I like them because you literally don't go anywhere, so it makes it easier when you're transferring. But I think some people struggle to take them off once they're on, and I find it all right. It took some getting used to when I first got my other chair, but if you just do that with the side of your hand, they come undone. This is actually limited edition, so this was the 11th one made. That's just so cool to me. I am very worried about scratching it, dreading that day, because like the frame of my old chair wasn't painted, so it doesn't like show scratches, even though like look at it close up. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's actually very scratched, like when you look up close. But that's because like I've hit many things. So I am worried that this one's gonna scratch, but apparently this is like the ceramics paint. It's harder to scratch because it's like got, I don't know, ceramic in it. But I'll let you know in a month. Though this is a smaller like width, this cushion, my Roho cushion, does still fit on it. It overhangs a little bit, but it's fine. That I can still swap the cushions over if I need to. Well, I can't really put the smaller one on that chair, but like I can put the Roho on my new chair. So yeah, and now I just gotta wait for the bag to come for underneath it, and then my Gucci and I are free to live our lives. My new chair. Let me know what you think. I love it so much. And for anyone wondering if I can do a wheelie in it, it's actually easier.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.